Yo, welcome to the Conscious Pilot or Pilot Podcast. It is Pilot Podcast, but um, welcome. This is episode 6. We're here
Sweet.
with Grim, like Grim Reaper. Hey dude, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, sorry, no problem, dude. Honestly, like I'm glad I have reached out to you and shit, and then we finally met, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
It was
for
cool. We
sure.
just met finally. It would be July. Was it July?
I think it was July.
Yeah.
It must have been because yeah, July, late July, like at the end of July.
Yeah, I found you doing stuff last year and kind of popping off, and then I found anomalies and I was like, yo, this is sick.
Fuck yeah.
I literally ripped it into a set the next one I played because yeah,
See,
it
man.
just
I
has
appreciate that.
your sound. As soon as I heard that, I was like, that's that kid, that's that dude's sound. I don't even know
Fuck yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 25. I just turned 25 in
Yo,
June.
me too.
Fuck yeah,
My
sweet.
birthday was September 3rd.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Happy birthday. Oh shit, that just happened. Happy belated, bro.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
now I'm midway to my midlife crisis, and sorry.
Yeah. 25 years young, bro.
I know.
Yeah.
So how long have you been producing, or what type of DAW do you use, or
Um, I've been doing music my whole life. I've been playing guitar since I was 8. So when I was a kid, I did the whole band thing. I wanted to be Slash when I was a kid.
say, well,
Yeah.
not yeah, technically, but yeah, I did drums and
Yeah.
whatnot, and that was me. I was the drummer.
That was the
And
dream, right? Yeah. And then
yeah,
I'm sure you can relate to this. And then just over the years, it was just
let's go.
so hard to find people who were just as about it as me. You know what I mean? That's the thing, yo. I feel
I was the bailed on drummer. That was my life
yeah.
story. It was
I feel
everyone loves to hang out, but they don't love me
yeah.
enough to be
Yeah.
sorry.
Dude, I feel
But
that. So,
yo, that I don't know how to explain it.
that's
Continue.
the journey for I feel so many people who get into this kind of shit. I'll just I'll give you the Coles notes of the timeline of everything. So I know I was playing in bands and stuff, and then I got to university, and then
That's 2015, 2016, because we're the
yeah,
same
something
age.
like that. Yeah, something like that. And then I was just shit, we got to make songs. Fucking, we went to a studio once to record. It was expensive. And then I knew one homie who recorded us once. And then I was like, fuck it, I could learn Logic and I'll just record us. So I started recording us. And then my drummer kind of sometimes he'd be in it, sometimes he wouldn't be in it. So then me and the singer would just kind of cook up almost I want to say jazzy, almost lo-fi beats, and then he would just sing over them, and then we progressed from there. And then it got to a point with him where he didn't really want to do music anymore. And then I was like, shit, I'm gonna be a rap beat producer. So I got into that, and then university, I was making trap beats and boom bap type shit, just linking up with whatever rappers were in the area and making records. One of my roommates was a rapper too, and we made Earl Sweatshirt type shit. And it never came out, but fucking it was jokes. I listen back to it now. He had good bars, which was cool, and it's some dark shit. And then whatever, I think in third year, I saw Rez. I wasn't even into EDM at all. Literally not even until 3 years ago. Didn't even give a fuck about it at all.
3 years ago? That's how long you
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I swear to God.
Sick. That's sick, dude. I've been doing this since 20. Well, I've been working on this since I was in high school, but not off and on, sort of like that. But
yeah.
I went, and my first dubstep show, I actually went to Veld, and that day I completely converted. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm an EDMer. I'm never going back to the band. Well, I was like, you boys burned me. I was like, new beginning, new beginning, new everyone, because I'm from Niagara, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a complete outsider. Where are you from again?
I'm from Markham.
Toronto. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
you consider yourself part of Toronto?
No, not really. I'm fucking 45-minute drive from the city. So it's not Toronto. I'm not one of those people where I'm I'm from Toronto. You know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
no. Yeah. For me, I'm just I came in as an outsider. I'm gonna kind of stay. I kind of have my space, and then and then being able to do my thing. Just it's far, and now it's kind of
no, I totally get that. And I went to a couple raves in high school, but it was just more so for the party. I think I went to Hardwell, and I was just oh, whatever. I was into metal at the time. My favorite music all time, favorite band all time is Bring Me the Horizon, that scene, right? So I was just all about yo, this shit's fucking soft, bro. Like I want the pit. Like I didn't know about like the bass scene. I just didn't know about it. So whatever, like fast forward, it's like fucking third year university. Hate making beats for rappers. Just feel like I have to rely on someone again. And then my buddy was like, yo, do you want to go to this Rez concert? And I was just like, I didn't even know what Rez was and like didn't even listen to the music and just pulled up. And then like after that show, I was just like, fuck, like you can do this on your own. Like you don't really need like people. And then like ever since then, which was like, I don't know.
If I pull something out for you, will you shit yourself? Sorry, I'm listening to you, but like,
Yeah.
if I pull something out of the
Dude,
archive for you, I haven't
Yeah.
done this yet. I've kind of wanted to do this as a segment, but this is my first one where I kind of grab because I got cool stuff too. I got cool weird stuff.
Yeah, pull it up. Going through the files down there.
All right, yo. So I'll grab a few here.
Dude, I already see that first record. That's a huge record.
So like this was one of my first tattoos ever. Like this could be anywhere in the world because of like, you know.
Oh, dude, yeah. Like
so I had to because it was the last one at the time when I was like, I bought their last one. So
that's so sick. I love that album.
Then this was a Christmas present for my mom, and then I heard this on vinyl.
What record is that? I don't know that one.
The Star Wars, the 7th one.
Oh shit!
But I heard how John Williams was using his sub, and I got really weird where I was starting to like become orchestrically because that's where I was, and like this stuff inspired me because like sometimes I'll really need help with a drop or like have like even someone like my girlfriend be like, oh, you need this because just the way I work, because I see everything, right? So I became really good at like atmosphere and vibe and just kinda, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the one that helped. Then
dude, that's so sick.
This one again with the last one, but
oh yeah, classic, fucking classic.
But what's different about this one? It's rare. It's really rare. I should have never opened it, but I didn't believe myself if I ever fucking saw it and I bought it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sick.
So it's been used twice in my life.
Yeah. Well, if you open it, you got to spin it, right?
No, I actually saved. The only reason I opened it was for the barcode.
Oh,
I was trying to make remixes way back in the day, so I was like, "Well, buy the good audio form, like everyone talked about." And it came with the free one because it was extra. And then
that's sick.
To end this end of the segment.
Oh, dude, my heart right there. That's like my favorite album of all time.
This is why we do the segment, guys. It's people, it's stuff like this. It's like doing honest day's work, you know. I do it from here.
Yeah, dude, that record, holy fuck. Like Sleepwalking is like fucking top 3 songs for me. That song is like
I'll let you see.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I gotta get that record.
Honestly, when I saw it, I was like, yo, that'd be such a good knee tattoo. And then I saw someone with the knee tattoo and I was like, I can't.
Oh, 1 sec. Oh, can you hear me? My fucking mic just disconnected, it said.
No, you're all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a huge record for me. I remember the summer too when like Shadow Moses first dropped, and it was like the first thing in that like the first. I feel like okay, like at that time, like I kind of was like a hater still, not a hater. It just wasn't for me. Like I was a purist in terms of metal. Like when people started putting electronic stuff in like records, like you remember in like Asking Alexandria, they had those like rave sections, like the kind of like
where I play into that picture that changed my life was Abandon All Ships when I knew guys could go like this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, they just don't go to their knees. They hit the floor and their keyboards were keyboards. They had a keyboard.
Guitars.
But the guitars, even the bassist, like it was like they played like this way.
Yeah.
Like some like it was like I saw that and then I heard the breakdown in that. And then once
the breakdown's heavy, bro.
Yeah, so it was like once I was like, I love the breakdowns. Why isn't it always breakdowns? Like
yeah. So that's the same here, bro. Like I love breakdowns. Like fucking what I took like huge pride in like metal, and then like when Shadow Moses came out, I was like, oh, these guys did the electronic thing cool, and that whole record was like they blended it into metal like the coolest at the time, in my opinion. Yes. And then from there, whatever. And then like I said, went to the Rez show. I was just blown away. I was just like, holy shit! Like you can do this by yourself. Like whatever. And then that night, I literally went home, bro. Started cooking beats like that, like just like fucking got into like just like bass production from there, and then just been trying to cook out records ever since.
I've kind of like a little low-key fan of her, but I'm not gonna lie, dead ass, the set that we saw at Rebel was probably my favorite set I've ever seen or heard from her.
The recent one?
Yeah, the when she was at Rebel.
Yeah, I was at that show.
What's your thoughts? That was a nasty set.
Dude, it was a dope set.
She
Like it was
dropped to
definitely a dope
Soki,
set.
and
Yeah.
I was like, did she actually just do that? And like
Yeah,
Dinah's like, oh my,
yeah.
and I'm like, I know.
Yeah, she dropped some fucking heaters that night. I think still just because like it was so like special for me. I think my favorite Red set was like when she was at Rebel for her certain kind of magic tour. That was when I was like,
what? That was my first time I ever saw Res too.
yeah. So like after
that said, I went home and wrote some music. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, fucking yeah, that was sick. That was so sick.
So
I just remember feeling like, oh my God, this is just like just thinking to myself all night, like the bass is just viscous. You know what I mean? Like you'd like wave your arms, so you could just feel it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like it was the grind, like griminess is what I try to explain to like not normies, but people I was like, I can't say them like, hey, it's downsampled bass at 36% and the distortion too from like Serum or Serum FX or any Redux. Like that's how you perfectly make that sound. Spent a year trying to figure that out. And then sidechain it.
Yeah. Dude,
but
that's fucking
that's the recipe I cook with. And then I explain it. It's like griminess, and how I found it was through like Glitch Mob and like hearing that type of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Like old back in the day or like that type of stuff. And I was like, I've always was looking for this thing. And then she just became like literally the dawn of mid-tempo.
Yeah.
And just like took over. But then like this is like a part of the segment where I talk about, or do you believe we're in a revolution or evolution? But this is, we're talking about the past now. I feel like she like GRIIMM was coming in. So like GRIIMM would be like a revolution or an evolution because it was born out of dubstep, right?
Yeah. That's
what
right.
she did was like in like a revolution, that it was like something completely, it was this giant hybrid of everything. It was like from 80 or like 75 BPM to like 110. It was just like dawned zone, like this term mid-tempo. And like we had a genre actually named the thing it is.
Literally, bro. I think like I kind of think of like just like music industries in general. And like I also like want to preface this, like I honestly, when I first came into this, like just like getting into like the scene and whatnot, like I still kind of feel like not cultured, because like I haven't been in it like how maybe you have like been listening to for like such a long time. So like certain like eras like I don't really like know, or like don't really like aren't like educated on. Like I listened to like fucking Skrillex, like Scary Monsters and shit when it came out. Like that was like my shit. Like, or that Cinema remix, because like it was very metal, but like that just even the way the breakdown was, right?
Check out Hey Sexy Lady.
Okay, I'll peep.
You want to go get your fingers dusty in the
fingers dusty in the crate.
I believe it's his first upload on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Okay, I'll beat that. But yeah, like I feel like
if you hear the original, if you hear the original, it's like this like really early 2000s like pop hit, and then you hear his version, you're like,
sick. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Symbols.
Yeah, but like I think in terms of like cycles of things, I feel like I don't know, and maybe this is me just not knowing enough, because I know definitely there's some shit in the 90s that sounded like Res. Like I feel like old Jill Fossil-Steen too is like definitely that vibe, and like those like textures were out there. Maybe in a little bit of Javoshel-Steen. Is that how you say it?
I thought it was Gazasestein.
I don't know. I just heard someone say
there's like a z in it.
It's all hard.
Staphestein.
Something.
Yeah.
Something.
I love how you called it. I've never heard it like that. I was like
Javoshel-Steen. I think I don't know. That's what someone said it to me one time. Right?
Yo, that sounds proper.
I think he's like from somewhere in Europe. That's why
I think he's French, to be honest.
Yeah,
based upon that, just how French house he kind of like had that behind him.
Yeah, and again, like just based off that one song Pursuit, like I don't even know his discography that deep, right? But like I feel like those vibes are kind of out there.
Some controversial freaking music videos, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I think with like Res, like it was kind of just like perfect timing, but also she was just like, I'm gonna do my own thing, like I don't give a fuck what's going on, which like I respect and like I fuck with, because like I always think there's gonna be like you know, like evolutions and revolutions, like within like the scene, and like things are going to be on top and things are not going to be on top. But like, if like kind of even with like with Res, like so many things I feel like have happened ever since she blew up, and like she's still just doing Res, which is sick, you know, like,
Yeah.
And like I am like definitely like fucking ADD when it comes to like different styles. Like when like drum and bass started popping, I was like, oh fuck, dude, I love drum and bass. Maybe I should do some drum and bass stuff. And then like I'm all over the place with genres. Like I honestly love everything. And I'm like, oh fuck, I love house. Oh dude, I love dubstep. I love the mosh shit. Like I want to fucking rage. But then I also love that deep, like get into it, kind of like what's going on now, like the deep tempo stuff. But like I don't know, like I feel like I have no idea in terms of like trends or like where shit's gonna go. Like kind of just is what it is. And I feel like you know, there was this Jaws masterclass I watched when I first started like getting into this stuff. Yeah. And he was kind of commenting on that, kind of like how like, you know, like things are gonna happen, like sounds are gonna come and go. And like he's just talking about the way he positioned himself. He's like, if I want to go do like a dubstep record, I can. If I want to do a house record, I can. Like it's just the way he unrolled his like content, I guess, that like let him like get
his content's very brand oriented, which is good. Yeah. But it helps him keep to the topic of his music, where he can go play around, because he can use water, he can use other animals, he can use right. So like when I've been seeing his new music, I feel like he makes his music super brandable. Like it's so, and like he's got the whole Bite This and like Shark and like Jaws, like he's mastered it at this point, right? So when he's 100%. Writing a song, it's almost, is it worth my time, or do I just want to have fun, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. And then like I've really battled with that, like fucking getting in this like one moment I'm like, because when I first started I was like, oh, I want to do mid-tempo, and then I was kind of just doing like budget res stuff, and then I realized like, okay, I got to do my own sound, and then like evolved from there. But then I'm just like, dude, like I'm at the point now where like I couldn't give a fuck about genres. Like I loved all the genres, and like
where'd you pull Anomalies out of? Like that's the movement I'm kind of been working on, and like my new stuff's gonna sound like is like 150, 140.
Stuff. Dude, I like fast shit. You know what I mean? Like when I want to be stimulated sometimes, right? And like I feel like I'm to like my brand, like I'm trying to do like different divisions of stuff, like different feels, and like kind of touch base on like the spectrum of like just emotions rather than genres. But with like things like that, like I'm just thinking about like raging, but like there's like a blend for me where
you want your sets to be hype, but you want chill.
But like it's kind of like this, like I like obviously, you know, like grew up listening to like those bands, like I love heavy shit, but like I'm also a big contrast guy. So like I think there's no heavy without light, even within like a composition, right? So like I would no. I was like making shit, and I was like, dude, I want some rage music to happen, right? And then like I was trying to do that, and like I released this like record called Bleed, and like I kind of like grew to hate it, because like I just feel like I was like trying to be like Murata too hard on that like record, right? And I was just like, this doesn't really sound like me, and it's almost like too dark and not enough like counteracting elements. And then I was just working on a song that actually I think I'm going to drop in October, which was like the original Anomalies, and it was kind of just sounding like I didn't like it. And then I just kind of like started to reform it a bit, like started with this like ARP thing that's in like the intro, and then I was like, oh, okay, sick. And then like the bass patch like in the drop is like
good.
It's like thank you. It's like all trash too, like convolution reverb to get like that kind of like fucking whatever, and like just like a disperser before that going through it to get that like kind of, but then like that space around it, like, and I was just like, oh, this is like dark but like melodic, and then just started fucking with like just like the like played like more of like a melody with it and like a scale, because originally it was just like I think it was just like D flat, just doing the rhythms, and I was like, okay, cool, fuck with that.
I can literally
then, like,
hear that song in my head, which is like
and then I was just like, fuck with the notes, and I was like, go up and down, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. And then like I kind of started to think about drops going forward, kind of like making it like how a band would play, you know what I mean? Like do heavy Reese's to be like rhythm guitars, and then have something like almost like a guitar solo like up front to like kind of like be the rhythmic and like stay interested like on top of everything. And then like Anomalies was like a huge accident.
There's such thing as happy accident, so that's how I found you, man. So and then I was like, this kid's from Toronto, like that's sick.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. Like,
What I
but
was
like,
gonna say was to your part, so don't forget, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh, that's
But
so good.
the melodic aspects is what I took like the biggest out of it. I was like, there's like some heart under this. It's like and I'm like, yeah.
Fuck yeah, yeah, respects. Because
Yeah.
that's like kind of like who I am. And I feel like I tried to mask it a lot by trying to go like heavy. And like kind of the new stuff I'm writing is trying to be like from like when I like pick up a guitar and like play, it's usually very like the stuff that comes natural is very like almost like haunting, like melodic, almost like kind of sad shit. Like it's almost like a borderline
Yes.
like depressing feely like type stuff. And I was like, damn, like
Yeah.
that's who I am as like fucking musician. Like I need to incorporate that more, but like make it hype. Cause like I don't want to make like slow shit at the same time because no one wants to dance to slow shit. Like I also want to fucking rage, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say what you could do is just write bangers and also have your own songs and then just have like a dope ass set where you throw the fuck down, but you scoop them by the feels and then drop them.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to like head towards stuff. It was cool. Actually, fucking one of the songs you dropped like probably a while ago, fucking dude, I'm so bad. I've had side note, I've had 9 concussions, so I have a bad short-term memory with stuff.
Bro, I had a nasty concussion in high school and I was out of school for like 3 months. So I get you. I
Yeah,
had to learn how to
dude.
read and write again. And then I
Fuck,
got into
dude.
making electronic music instead of
Sweet.
like bands and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long story short,
Yeah, fuck, I feel that though.
wrestling will flip you upside
Fuck,
down.
I think the track's called Did You Know? I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah,
That's what it's like. Dude, I
bro.
love
That
that
was the
record.
first track, that was the second track like I actually dropped. It actually popped.
I
It
love that record. It's a great record, man. Like it's just like
what?
it's so vibey and like I love this. Like I love when vocals, like female vocals, are like melodic and groovy into like something that's heavy and deep. Like it just hits me in the soul. I don't know why. Like that's my shit.
Bro, I wrote that song about my girlfriend to know how much I wanted to tell her how much I loved her. So
Oh,
did you
sick.
know? Did you know?
Oh,
Conscious.
okay, okay. That's sick. Yeah, I love that
Yeah, so
track.
like it's
Great
crazy.
record.
Yeah, and like the
Yeah.
funniest thing is that's text to speech and then me trying to sing and then like uh consolidate effects warp no one do it all
Yeah,
again. I
that's
did
sick.
literally those vocals for a week straight just trying to make
Yeah.
like a voice that
Yeah, that's
sounds
so
like
cool.
yeah, but I used text to speech and I had to go through and I think I found an Australian guy
Yeah.
and I just reverbed it and like I could chop it with mine and it like and then like I got really cool artifacts after playing with Tails, and then I like just consolidated, used it all as audio, so I didn't have to depend if the patterns were random, right?
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah,
will
yeah.
happen when you
Yeah.
do what's it called, like chain effects to
Hmm.
expect something. Like it could come out completely random next time and not sound like the same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially if
for
it's a
sure.
randomizer. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like just did that. I just kept working with audio, and then I started like making weird foley out of like little type of
Yeah.
stuff, and it
Dude, I
just
like
like
that. I like that it's a simple record. That's kind of like also what I'm
was the
striving
whole
for.
point. That was the
Yeah,
whole
like
point.
dude, I think there's so much fucking beauty and simplicity. Even when a song's like high energy and like complex, like I definitely didn't coin this term, but like the term simplex, like fucking simple, but like also
Yeah.
complicated. And like just it's more about placement rather than like maybe like not the craziest like sound design or maybe like the craziest shit you ever heard in your life, but it's
Or
just
like
like,
mixable. Like a lot of people want
yeah,
to make music that's mixable.
exactly. Right. And like, I don't know, I feel like when I was a kid, my guitar player used not my guitar player, my guitar teacher used to always say this line to me. Cause like I used to be like, yo, look how fast I could play, fucking play fast, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
like, that's great, but like, you know, like you want to be in a band and like you're gonna play for people, not guitar players. And I was like,
Yes.
fuck, that's true, right? Like, so
Yeah.
like I know there's like a bunch of producers and like the bass scenes like at shows and stuff, but maybe like a lot of people aren't producers too. So sometimes I feel like having that perspective when you're making music is good. It's like something that's digestible, danceable, and like people can get it rather than like us who'd be like, holy fuck, how did he make that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but the whole thing is like do it. Just do
Yeah.
it. Because like I was told, my mom told me, if it bangs, the kids will come. Like if it's
Yeah.
just like if it's good and it's just
Yeah.
great music, people will
Yeah.
come.
Exactly.
Like
Right.
people will show up. So
Hmm.
like my first set ever, I opened with okay. I started at 140, went to 150, 75s, worked myself from 80 back to 110, made them dance, had a dark weird house, more Kinsman remix. It's a Tokyo Drift or
Yeah.
horizontal. So yeah.
Okay.
And then I like transported myself. I used a little bit of Psy at 130 or 160 and then 140, 150. And then
Yeah.
called like
Yeah. I like sets like that,
it's
dude. Like
60 minutes.
that's kind of like what I'm about too. Like I like to fucking like I'll do house, dubstep, D&B. Like just my sets, like I try to like make it about like the journey, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fucking like sections. Like I like to think about it like in acts. Like I want to have a part where it's like really deep and like trippy and like you're just like fucking lost in it. I want to have a part where like you rage. I want to have a part where you like dance, like kind of like, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, like for me, like I've kind of like always like I don't know if I have like ADHD or something, but I get bored of like a range quick. Like I'm like a couple of
Yeah.
songs here, a couple songs here, a couple songs here, right? Like yeah, like maybe it's music ADHD. Like
No,
you know
I
what I
get
mean?
you. Like you're so
Yeah.
used to hearing the same thing so much that it's like
Yeah. And it's like that contrast thing too, right? Like I like the switch ups. I like it like staying fresh. You know what I mean?
yeah. I totally understand what you mean. Like right now, like for me with producing, I've been trying to how to explain this like not just the call and the response, but like in between in the like 0.5% that really matters that
Yeah.
no one figured like that's the stuff I'm trying to like have is
Yeah.
where like my response is like four things that's one sound that's like
Yeah. Yeah.
I've just been trying to figure out how to have like the make a good flow, an original flow too,
Hmm.
like but with a call and response that's like mixable and like I've just
Yeah.
been I have like a bunch of music going to dump for my Morphic show, but
Yeah.
I had some dealio and stuff trying to figure out how to release a song on a record label and stuff.
Yeah.
And uh I finally got to go work with other labels and stuff because this one was like, okay, hold off on your tracks. Like they had a pretty good network and stuff. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like I'll like not dump anything this year after Lost Knife and the Hyper Rhythm
Yeah.
remix. And then
Yeah.
basically it was just like block, block, block. And then I was like, okay, I already have another song coming out on a label. It's coming out in July. Okay, that's fine. Like this was
Yeah.
before I was like, sure, sure. And then I was like, okay, I have a bunch of shows coming up. I'm gonna dump a bunch of music. And Buddy's like, yeah, like we'll like sit and talk about this another time and stuff. And I was like, okay, like not now. So now I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go put out these tracks I've been like working on and stuff and just
Yeah.
archiving and just
Hmm.
like say screw it. Like, what am I gonna lose?
Yeah, I know. I feel that.
Also
What's your
quality over quantity too, which is kind of
Yeah.
a weird one, but I don't feel
Yeah.
like I could ever write anything as good as Last Knife purely from my perspective in my heart. I probably will. I
Yeah.
most definitely will write better songs
Yeah,
than
you
that, but
definitely
like,
will. You
but I, in
definitely will.
my eyes, I will never be able to ever write. And like, it's done so well that it's almost made me never want to write music because it's just like I just finally wanted that
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
track, and like I finally got something. Like I
Yeah,
wish I could
bro.
spit that out every fucking morning. It took
Yeah, I
me
feel that.
months.
I feel that, bro. It's definitely like a thing where like songs like that, I feel like you don't try and make, they kind of just happen. Like, yeah, you got to work for it, but it's
It
like
came
I
out
feel like
how to side chain sustains and chugs over top of
yeah.
kicks and snares is how it came out.
Yeah.
Was learning how to have a sustain with your shit going. It was
Hmm.
the first time I ever did it and it worked.
Yeah, that's a dope
Think about
record too.
that. The first time I ever side chained a Reese under a bass note and like actually really tried for it,
Yeah.
that got Lost Knife. So it's just it's personal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like, wow, like I actually like I opened the old project file and people are like, oh, like someone actually close to me was like, I don't believe you wrote that. I showed them volume 1, 2, and 3, and the fourth
Yeah.
one is all just stemmed out. So
Yeah.
it's everything sounds all different and shit. But I showed them number 1 and I literally hit Control Z for about 5 minutes. They were on the Zoom call. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I just literally went to kick and snare and was like, "Okay, this is where I started." And went click, 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 click. This guy's like, "You're not actually fucking showing me right now." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I am." And I just
Yeah.
showed him exactly all of the moves I did to get to
Sick.
volume 1. And then it was the end of the save session. I literally went to volume 3, 2, sorry, showed him it. And I didn't do the exact same thing. And I was like, "You hear it?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
got it." I showed him volume 3, got it.
Yeah.
I showed him the stems, and he's like, "Why does the stem sound different?" I was like, well, they're all mixed down, consolidate, consolidate, consolidate,
Yeah.
consolidate, consolidate. Like it's just,
Yeah. No, I
I
get what you're
that's
saying.
how I did it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got my facts. I want to show people the video, but my old Mac is completely broken. And if I open volume 3 on here, I don't have half the sounds because I converted. I just bought myself a new PC this year, and
Yeah.
my Mac
Oh,
poo
you're on
pooed.
PC now, eh?
Yeah, first
PC
time.
software too, like Windows.
Oh yeah. I got an Intro 5.
I can't do it, dude. I want to, but like I just can't bring myself. I love OS too
I
much.
I love it too, but there's something just like I'm not down to get locked into this contract of like
Yeah,
you're gonna make me buy your stuff every so often. Like this,
yeah,
I can customize and put whatever I want in it.
yeah.
Like you
Do you have
can't
like?
do
Did you
that.
build like a tower, or do you have like a laptop?
No, I just have a laptop. I was like, I
Yeah,
need a laptop. Like I
me
wanted
too.
a
Yeah,
tower, but it
yeah.
was like I have to because it
The
was
laptop's
nice.
essential, man. Like
I
you
had a
gotta take it
laptop
with you.
and a desktop, so I produced on my desktop, and then I took my laptop on the road with me.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good setup too.
is
Yeah.
the setup you want.
How do you find like how have you found like your experience with like you're just talking about like submitting like to labels and shit? Like how's that go? Like that's something that like I've never dabbled with because I was kind of just like I don't know. I heard fucking Russ do this whole like seminar on YouTube once, and he was just like, I blew up off content. Like I drop fucking songs every
Yeah,
single week, and I was just
honestly,
like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a monthly
drop
release, and
your
I don't
own
want to.
stuff, and if people approach you and it sounds good for you, like I just released. If you told me in January I'd have a track on Holy Trap,
Yeah,
I would be like, there's no way I'm putting a track on Holy
yeah.
Trap, but I
So
got to meet
things just come
Trap.
about.
I
Yeah,
got to meet Travis because I'm playing a show with him. We talked.
yeah,
He sent me stems. He told me, he gave me a bunch of time. He's like, I know you've never done this. Then a bunch of guys got involved, and like I was like, whoa, there's like 30 of us. Now there's like 20 of us. Now there's like 10
yeah,
of us, and the core started to get down, and we all started talking and stuff. So
yeah.
I got to be part of my first remix compilation with
Fuck
people.
yeah.
So it was like it's kind of cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it comes
sick.
out on the 9th.
Which
But
is that Friday? No, yeah, that's Friday. Tomorrow.
yeah.
Nice.
And
Fuck yeah.
then the first one I ever put on a label, with my buddy Jefferson Dune, we worked on that for 9 months, and he has the
Yeah.
label out in Vegas. So it was
Yeah.
like, he's like, you want to put on my own label? I'm like, absolutely, I'd be honored. It'd be my first
Yeah.
release on a label.
Yeah.
Signing a little cool contract saying
Yeah.
what and what, we're 50-50. And I was like, yeah. He's like, I just gotta do it because you're from Canada and States in here. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, our Zoom call's gonna end in 2 minutes. I'll have to email you one once it ends.
Okay. Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck. Like, I don't know. Like in terms of like the label things, it's just like so like everyone's always like, oh, you get signed on a label, get signed on a label. But I feel like it's almost like you get a record done, and then by the time you send it to like labels and wait to hear back, like fucking I feel like 3 to 5 months has passed, and then you're like waiting because you're
yeah,
like,
no, waiting is never
like
good. You should just constantly like just don't stop the
yeah,
train. And if you're in train mode, do it.
yeah,
Like because I was like that, and I in the end of 2018 and most of 2019, I like got sick, and then I got some money from it, and I
yeah,
literally just was like, I'm doing this full time, and I literally knew nothing.
yeah,
I went a period of 6 months through 4 DAWs
yeah,
and finally found one
yeah,
with Serum. Yeah, and like I was like, I'm taking off time. I was getting lessons and stuff. So
yeah. That's
if you're in
sick.
that mode, yeah.
Yeah,
If you're fortunate to ever get that chance, do it. Do
yeah,
it honestly.
yeah, yeah. Okay, you want to just send the link now, I guess, because
Yeah, I'll
it's gonna
just
end anyways.
chop this here.
Okay, I'll leave the call and it'll get to the next one.
True. All right, so we're back because yeah, Zoom is iffy, should be. But yeah, like you were saying with music, uh, I know I'm gonna kind of take this in a weird place, but like I feel like it's always growing. You know what I mean? Like it's inevitable,
Yeah,
but what can kind of happen, and like it's gonna happen regardless, right?
yeah,
Like a great example, like Glass Pluck, like I told you, like something
yeah,
he's doing is pretty cool.
yeah. That's really cool shit. I feel like he's probably another example where like he's probably just doing his own thing, and he's like, "Fuck it, this is what I'm gonna do."
Exactly.
Which is like I'm definitely like definitely working towards that with like each record, kind of just more like I feel like for a while, like this year for me at the beginning, I went through a lot of like just hearing so many like dope artists, and I'm being like, oh fuck, I want to be more like that. I want to be more like that. This is cool. Kind of like, like a dog with
That
like a
shit will
squirrel.
fucking defeat you. Yo,
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but like I've only realized recently for myself that shit will fucking kill you. Like
100%,
that is the shit that will
100%.
kill a born to be fucking rock star that
Yeah,
never did drugs.
yeah,
That like keep like it's good. Take that and be like, that inspires me. but like you can't, but like if you're looking at other people, how they're doing things, that's gonna fuck you for, sorry, there's no better
100%.
way to
No,
say
you're
it, but
100%
like
right, bro. 100% right. And
I've
like I've
kind
had
of
that realization this year, you know what I mean? And just more
good,
like
good.
fucking like I literally like I have this like I don't
Was it
like
inwards? Was it like
yeah,
inwards? Yeah, that's good.
for
That's
sure.
good.
And like I've always been this way with everything, but I think coming like, and I'm just gonna say this because I don't know how to say it without sounding like a fucking asshole, but like I've always not gave a fuck, like literally like about
That's
anything. Like if like someone was gonna
very
say whatever, or, like fucking tripping about like something I liked, like I never gave a fuck. But like when coming into like this scene, I think it's because like I wasn't like kind of like, I guess the only word I can think of is like cultured on it. Like haven't been in the scene for a while. And like I was kind of almost insecure coming into it being
I
like,
was like that too,
oh,
man.
well, like, will people like this? This isn't really like the rhythm, like people are listening to it. Like this isn't really like the dubstep. Like, I don't know if I like want to do stuff like that. And like kind of being like a little bit like insecure where I'm like, oh, I should be more like that. Like, and obviously fucking Instagram doesn't help that. Like you see other people like thriving and you're just like, shit, am I doing the wrong thing? But now like just had that like reflection when I come back to it. I'm like, I honestly couldn't give a fucking shit about like boxes or labels or fucking genres or whatever. Like I'm literally just have the attitude now, like I'm just gonna fucking drop music. Like I don't care. Like, but whatever, you know?
That's kind of, and like if it happens, they'll come call you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone with business. Someone's gonna talk to you, make them
Yeah.
call you.
Yeah.
Make them
Yeah.
call you.
Yeah,
Seriously.
exactly. I
You're gonna
think
do
like
it.
the biggest thing these days is just like fucking like you were saying, like focus on your own path and like build your following, build like your value and build like your leverage so that like like that fucking old saying, like build it and then they'll come. And that's literally what it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
I feel like
Exactly.
I've been like chasing stuff for like a while, and I feel like every producer goes through this where like, for me, like I've definitely like struggled with like, navigating like the show side of everything, you know what I mean? Be like, okay, like it's about networking. And obviously, like I'm not trying to go meet people just to be like, yo, can you put me on your show, bro? Like I hate that. Like I'm trying to build like real relationships with people, and not just like, but it's like part of the business too, right? Like you go out, you network with people. If they like you, they fuck with your music. Oh, hey, do you want to do this? Or do you want to do this event? Do you want to do the collab? Like it's like you go out with like the intention of like expanding yourself and your brand. But like I just don't want to have the intention of like just like seeing people as vehicles, which like I kind of struggle with, like being like, oh, I just want to be friends with you for this reason, or like work with you for this reason. And like there's definitely an element to that because it is a business at the end of the day. Like, you want to collab with like artists that are going to like push you and like help you like grow and whatnot. But like then there's like also an element where I feel like people are out there like, oh, I want to collab with you because you get X amount of numbers, or like I want to work with you because you have this or this, and like it can be like shallow and whatnot. So like it's been like
For me,
weird
it's like
like
I
navigating
want to
that.
work with people and be like, let's work on, like, I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm
exactly.
weird. I'm like, I don't care if it doesn't sound like either of us. It's a
Yeah,
single, because that's the coolest like collabs are like the
yeah,
ones where the two create a single sound together, or the
yeah,
two create two dope sounds. And
yeah,
like
yeah,
one, if it's like dubstep, they'll do like the
yeah.
first and second drop
Hmm.
or of the same sound, or like there's different
Yeah.
variations.
And
But I
I
like
love
when the
that
two
too.
make
That's
one
sick.
sound. It's like,
Yeah. That's cool because you just like kind of have like, you're just making something new, and it's just that it's its own thing, which like I
yeah.
love. And some of the coolest records have been that, where it's just like, wow, like there's nothing that sounds like that.
I think I think like a cool example is like Supersonic with Skrillex and
Oh,
Noisy.
dude, I fucking love that record. When that came out, I
I
listened to it
know.
every day, like 12 times
Yeah.
a day. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So sick. I just love, and again, so simple, just so good though.
Yeah, I have a whole epiphany with it. I listened to it so much. I went on a Reddit as soon as it came out. It blew up off of Reddit and then the board dropped. But
Yeah.
apparently Harvard was gonna look into it and see if it was the best mixed down song in history.
Really,
And it just had so many uplikes, and it was just like I was like, oh
really.
shit. And then I started looking at
Like
it
the
and I was like,
best mix in history. Like,
yeah, someone was
really, that's
saying that.
interesting.
On a
That's
Reddit thing, and it got a
interesting.
bunch of likes, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, is this actually gonna happen?"
It's definitely a sick record, man.
It
Definitely
is.
sick. It's very clean too. Very clean.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fucking. So I guess like I have a question for you. Like, how did you get into like what was your first show?
Oh, flipped it around on me 5th episode in. Finally happened.
Wait, does no one flip it around?
Sometimes. I think it's different. Oh, I think we got intruders coming in.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah,
Special guest, surprise guest.
doing the podcast. Yeah, book.
So yeah, man, how'd you get like start playing shows and stuff? Like, how'd you get into that? Like, what was like your first opportunity, and like, did it like expand from there? Like, was it about like, you know, right place, right time? Like, give me the rundown.
Yeah, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I just just did it. Like I like, how to explain it? Like, what do you want to hear? Like, I slept in people's basements. I made myself homeless. I lived in Toronto, technically in my car for 6 months,
Yeah,
off and on, transporting back and forth to home, going to every single show,
yeah,
meeting every single people, like meeting, and then getting a wristband for an artist at Valhalla in 2019, and then getting to see all that and meeting all those people and
yeah,
working with certain people and making connections, and just I had that opportunity and just gave it to me. And
yeah,
then COVID happened, and that's
yeah,
like, that was right after, like, beginning of 2020. That really hit me, and I was like, I was bummed out for a bit, but
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah. I feel that.
I just feel like I I did what I wanted. Like, I I got where I hope I want to be one day, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
If you
I feel that.
manifest it, it will come true, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I just feel like too, like I like to like whatever, like talk about things like that. Like, I don't know, whoever's gonna listen to this and get like some sort of like relation out of it too, like being like, oh fuck, I'm going through the same thing right now, or like, you know, anything like in the stages of it, because it's a journey, right, man? Like, and everyone
Yeah,
goes on like their own different journey. So it's like it's
journey.
cool to hear
It's
like
true. The
different
struggle.
people's like struggle. Yeah, exactly. But like that's what it is, right? Like the
The
struggle
thing
and
is,
like how
if
you
we
get
all help
closer.
each other out, and there's like some sort of like community aspect
Yeah.
where like people just want to, like Noah explained really good, like competitive drive within each other to be different, because we're the
Yeah.
best at, like, we're the A team, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was like, we had a group of us and we all started playing shows, and we had this thing called Base Cafe and one loft, and when we didn't sell enough tickets for the main room, we would always get the small room, but we just like throw 200 people in it, and it
Yeah.
was
That's
just like,
sick. That's
yeah.
awesome, man. Cause like I feel like it's cool to hear about your experience, because it sounds like you had like homies to like go through it with, you know what I
They
mean? And
all
like,
flew back to England too, 3 of
damn,
them,
damn.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like that's
they
cool. And like I feel like I've never like I
everyone
haven't had
else went
like
like this, and it's the best way to explain it is like, we were all like this, and then we all went like this and just went like this. Like,
yeah.
we all went up, but like differently. Like, we're all doing our own
Yeah.
different like
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
right? But
Wait,
we still all keep in
are your
touch.
homies the Guess Who's Dead guys? Are those the guys from
Oh my
British
gosh,
Britain?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Glenn and
okay.
Smith, they're yo. I met Glenn the second day he was like fresh off the boat, like flew in here
Yeah.
from England, and I was like meeting him. He was like, I need to render my USB, and I had my laptop. He took his whole hard drive, rendered it all into record box, stuck a USB in, clipped all of it, and when he left, I was like, sick, I get to use his music, not knowing he unplugged his hard drive, plugged in my USB, but goofs up all my stuff, literally crashes my laptop.
Oh fuck. That's jokes.
Yeah,
That's funny, man.
yeah. The first day I met him, and we hung out the whole night, and I didn't find out till the next day.
That he crashed your computer.
Oh, like, all that even happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like,
That's funny,
I
man.
let him do it the night before, but yeah, it was
So is it the
wild.
three of them in like one group?
No, it's two. It's Klinsman.
Okay.
Luke is the other guy that's probably doing their podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just to see the clips like I don't know, like a year ago, like on and like a bunch of people from like Toronto like reposting their clips.
Oh, they're like game show they did.
Yeah, like will it double?
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
I voted myself off. I voted myself off. I
What
was
do you
like
mean?
really good at, like, if you watch it, you'll see. But I'm really good at like random facts.
Random facts?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, that game was easy, but not
Like
easy. It was complicated, but the thing is, I was just like, I don't want to sit here and guess all the right questions.
Yeah.
It was like
I
going to
feel that.
Survivor and you show up and it's like you got the tree fort and everyone's trying to figure out where the bananas are. It's like, all right, do I even play Survivor or is this vacation at this point?
Yeah. I feel
So,
that.
because like we recorded a bunch and the way it was like all kind of like put together was sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like the vibe that day and everything that was going on. I was like, I vote myself off Survivor. I was like, no one's ever gonna vote themselves off. I just like everyone voted for me and I even voted for myself. I was like, I fucking knew it.
That's jokes, man.
Yeah. It's like, can
Yeah.
you imagine? He's like in the seventh out of the seventh valley is you.
Yeah, that's fucking funny, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
how is there in there?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
else you want to talk about though?
There's lots of stuff, dude.
Lay it on me, bro.
I could see that you're an analog guy. That's pretty sick. You got
Oh, dude, I
some
just
things over
got this
there.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that is I'm like still I've been
Dude,
watching looking at a
I
couple
fucking love this thing.
of
It's so
them.
cool, man. Like I wanted something. Um, I just been feeling like stuck a little bit with like music, kind of just like open up Ableton, kick, snare, drums, fucking program some snare, mouse click, insert. I'm just like, oh, dude, like fuck, like I hate this right now. And then just like I like wanted something to just be like to like, you know, like you can just plug your headphones into this and just like fuck around, have fun. And it really brought me back to like being like a kid and just fucking around on guitar. And like I love that. And then like, you know, like it's like even helped me like with sound design a little bit more too. Like just like, you know, just go to it, make a patch, like fuck around and like just plug shit in. Like where like I learned like all the routing for it like the second day I got it. And then like it's just been like fucking around with it since, and like recording stuff into Ableton and like kind of like just doing like jams and then like sampling stuff and like resampling stuff. It's like kind of cool, and like I kind of want to head in that direction. Like I almost want like a bunch of synths now, and like just like I view them as kind of like plugins. Like you open up Ableton and then like you walk over to like the Moog grandmother and like you play something, and then you can go to like another synth and like play something else and like record it in. Like that'd be cool one day. I don't want to be like Dead
You
Mouse
want
with
to do
like a
live?
thousand.
You want to do like the
No, I
live?
mean just like when you're like cooking in the studio, you know what I mean? Like just it's
Yeah.
cool to like walk away from the computer and like feel like the tactile experience and like touch it and like the human expression to it. Like I feel like that's like
You
super
go right
cool.
into it. That's sick, bro. I love it. You have it, dude. You have
Respect.
it for sure. You
Respect,
just have
man.
to like it's that channeling. I believe in channeling. Like sometimes when I work right now, I'm like, I have too many project files, and it's like, ugh, this is like, what do
Yeah.
I want to delete? And then,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I was working on like since I couldn't put out stuff. Well, I could put out stuff. I just wasn't doing it timing wise, just based upon. I started like working with like my side project, which is kind of like myself and shit. And then
Yeah.
like, yeah, I have like this like no one's found it really yet, but it's called like Heresy, and it's all like dark house and like
Oh,
psytrance.
sick. Sick, man.
Yeah, because what's a heretic of dubstep?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What would be a heretic of dubstep?
Oh, I understand.
House inside.
Yeah. I get it. That's cool. How long you
Like
been doing
I'm
that for?
like 2 years, but like I haven't really pursued it music wise. But now I'm like I have some stuff. I'm like I'll just like do that.
Yeah.
That
I've always do like I fucking lately I've been like dead ass. I heard, have you heard that Fred again set on Boiler Room?
yo. So are you talking about lights out? The
Just the whole
live.
set, like Fred again, like that whole set on Boiler Room.
I saw him do some like CDJ's 4000 stuff with his hands. Like he literally played the song live and like he could figure out the loops and then have him in like he just
Yeah.
like on like
Yeah, he's sick. He's sick. He
yeah.
does some cool shit with like a Machine Plus too, where like he like
Yeah, so he
puts in the
figured out
mixer
how
and
to
stuff,
I
which is
think he
sick.
figured out how to use the live like I'm trying to think of it like I think he tried to figure out a way from the CDJ to be playing audio for him to record in there for him to be able to be match
Like
it up on the
resample
spot.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
all on
yeah.
the spot though.
Yeah, which is sick. Like really cool. Like I
Because
watched that set and I was like, oh fuck, I kind of want to start like an upbeat house project now. You know what I mean? Like that's how I kind of am with like certain things. Like I'll see what's like just get exposed to something different. I'm like, oh, because like I feel like sometimes like, and that's why it's so hard for me to like pick a genre, and that's why I haven't. It's
I feel
because
like you
there's
should
just
just
like
do
too
everything
many
and put it
things.
out. What
Yeah,
no, you just do everything and put everything out.
yeah, exactly, right. Because it's just
People
like,
just care about content, that's all.
yeah, man,
They're
and
gonna look
like
at all your like work backwards and it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, and then they're all gonna pop. because we all slept on them, right?
Fuck yeah. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. But yeah, like I fucking have like, I'm at a point right now where I'm not like really writing that much. I just have like, I think like fucking 15, 20 songs that are like 70% done. And I'm like just slowly chipping away at like finishing them all. And then like next year, I just want to fucking like do a shit storm of releases. You know what I mean?
That's the best way to prep and go.
Yeah, like that's like, so like every month this year, like I started the year last December and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drop a song every month. And then like I kind of like battled it for a while. Like I have a song ready. And then it was like every 2 months, or like I did like a couple in a row. And then like I had a couple collabs that were supposed to drop at certain points, but then like just end up didn't because like shit got delayed. And then we are trying to submit to like labels and stuff. And then like whatever. So like I think like I almost hit every month, but like for the rest of the year, I'm trying to like drop like a couple more. So I'm trying to drop a song. I think it'll come out probably the first week of October. And then at the end of October for like Halloween, I'm trying to drop like either like a 2-song EP or a 3-song EP. And then I have a single for November and a single for December to drop. And then like go into the next year and try and finish everything out just to get the content out, man. You know what I mean? Cause like, that's literally what it is. Like, it's kind of hard these days. And I like been making like, we're trying to make like a bunch of like social media content too. And like, I fucking hate doing it, but like, it's just like, feel like I just got to do it because like you got to build your own audience, right? And like somehow, you know,
referencing G again, but like now me thinking about it, like Dan is a great example, both of them actually, but like you say,
yeah, dude, he fucking like, I remember like, I don't know the dude, I've never met him. I've just kind of seen him. Like I remember like a couple of years ago, seeing him like post like his like crazy like quad drops in like Toronto based community, and just see this kid just like posting the videos in there. I was like, oh shit, like I'd never heard something like that. I was just like, I didn't know people are even doing that. You know what I mean? And then I just seen him like blow up and like keep doing it. I was like, damn, dude, like good for this dude. Like he fucking like grinded out the videos and like it worked. And then even that fucking dude, Amorphic, I seen the same thing. Like he's just posting hella reels of like him mixing or like his IDs. I was like, shit, like fuck, I'll try this. Like I'll try anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know. Yeah, I'm pumped to play the Amorphic show, not gonna lie. That's kind of sick. Yeah, it got bumped back, but it's kind of better because it's kind
of where is it? Is it in Cambridge?
It's at this no. Oh no, that's Field of Fields. That's in
okay.
That's at the end of September, right before Los Angeles. No, it's at this place. I think it's called the Bar Chapel.
Oh yeah. The Bar Cathedral.
Cathedral. That's what it is.
Yeah. Cathedral Bar, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting venue. I've never been there. I've just seen.
I've never heard of it before. So
it's like right beside or inside of the old Spaghetti Factory. You know that restaurant?
No.
It's like a restaurant's been there for like time, but like the venue is like right beside it, and you can get to it from inside the restaurant, I think.
That's sick. Yeah, you're dropping some facts. This is cool.
Yeah,
it's all cool. About, man, is dropping like cool stuff like that. Like I never knew that. That's it.
Like, yeah, like fucking is One Love like a thing anymore?
No,
they closed down.
Yeah. The only reason I like it was I saw my first dubstep show and I had this like Big Lebowski kind of moment where my feet were kicked underneath myself and my body just like levitated, and I literally just stood in front of the decks the whole entire night like this. And I just met everyone that are like literally some of my best friends for the rest of my life.
That's sick.
People that I've known, and they introduced me to everyone else, and it was sick.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I feel like there's actually like a good community around this music too. Like people like are actually cool and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I learned that like when fucking I went to like one of those. It was in the summer. One of like Ace's shows, like Toronto EMB.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, like this is like a real community. Like this is sick, and like it's so sick, like what he's done. And like
since I've met him, he's like built like.
Yeah,
he's like built something.
It's
like,
hella inspiring.
Not just something, but like build.
He built a community, like, bro. Yeah, that's what he did, and it's sick.
I don't know how to like even classify it or call it. I just like I did shows with him, and then it just was like he built like this thing, and I was like, whoa. And then he's like, I'll do hardcore, and I was like, what? And then I'll do drum bass. I'll do. It was just like. I was like, all right, so
guy's a fucking workhorse, man. He's killing it. Yeah, like mad respect to that dude. He's a dope guy too. He's hella nice. Like, he's just
shout out.
He's killing it, man. Like I'm hyped on that stuff. Like, and I just love like the community aspect around it, because like even if you go into like just like the principles of like growing like a good brand too, it's about community, like something that people can like connect over, you know what I mean? Like that's everything. Like even like all successful brands of that, like that, I've gone into like the rabbit hole and like fucking branding books and like fucking marketing and all this shit. Like I've read like fucking hella books. I was just like so obsessed. I'm like, oh, how do I make this all happen like right now, you know what I mean? And like that's like one of the big things they always talk about is like, you know, like something, it's got to be something people can connect over. And like you see that with like everything, you know, and relate to, like, you know, when people like even like a res show, like, you know, you're all there for res and like you all like the same thing, people feel good together there, and you know, it's just cool. It's cool shit, dude.
What's another good topic I was thinking about? How did you find like your sound, like the melodic, like, yeah, this was the other one I was thinking about before we got carried away, which was good. How'd you find like like it's like a dark melodic sound though, but like
I think
like
it's just
heavy.
it's just from
Good.
like my guitar playing, to be honest with you. Like when I was like learning to play guitar, like just like trying to be a lead guitarist and like finding scales certain ways and just like certain notes where it was just like it was haunting, but it was like melodic. It was like eerie, but it was like felt a certain way. Like it
Some
didn't
funky
feel,
ass stuff.
yeah, like so it was like, I don't know. I just love melodic textures. I don't want to use the word color because like
That's a whole different
that's like that
avenue.
genre, right? Like I mean color in terms of like, you know, like I just like
it's a good way of explaining it, actually.
Yeah, like just color and contrast. Like if you're thinking about it like a painting almost, you know what I mean? Like all like the heavy, like fucking Reese bass or like the growls or like the fucking crazy shit, like basses you make in like GRIIMM, like, you know, like the more tear out, I guess, kind of sounds. Like they're dope. I love them. But I feel like alone for me, it doesn't like hit me the right way. Like I feel like I need some melodic shit on top to kind of like break it up. And like I like it being like heavy, but also like digestible. It's almost like sometimes like shit's like, and I think that comes from listening to Bring Me the Horizon, to be honest with you, because like they do like heavy shit, but like they also have that like that had that like vocal melodic, like kind of chopped up, edited, resampled stuff going on top, where it was like this cool contrast where you're like, oh shit, this is heavy, but like I can also listen to it.
I feel like the songs
Does that
were
make sense?
really well produced and mixed and mastered for sure.
Oh, dude, like fuck, like they have so many songs.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
that's what I mean. Archive, right? So if you find one of their songs now and then you look back and you're like, oh, but they've also built a massive career.
Yeah,
Been a band
huge,
for like
right?
20 years.
20 years probably, right? Yeah. Dude, I've seen Bring Me the Horizon so many times. Like I seen them at Warped Tour when I was a kid. I saw them when they played at Rebel before it was Rebel. It was a sick show. It was fucking fuck, I forget the name of this band. Oh, I'm not gonna remember it. Wait, give me a second. I might. No, not gonna remember it. Fuck, it was of Mice and Men opening, like second opener, and then Bring Me the Horizon in like Rebel, which was like Sound Academy. So it was like a little different, dude. It was crazy fucking show. Did you ever get into Mice and Men?
They were good. They had that one
Second and Sebring.
Yeah, that whole album with the seashell. Like I was in.
Yeah, that was a good record. They had this one song
because
called OG
we're the
Loco.
same age, we're in the same time place. So I'm like trying to think back to how old I was, and then I was like, yeah, you'd be the same age. So like,
yeah, exactly.
That's sick.
So they had a song called OG Loco, and this is like this huge like breakdown, like build up kind of thing into like this fucking, you know, heavy fucking drop.
Did you remix it, homie?
Dude, I fucking played it in an online set once. It was sick. Like fucking, they have this thing where like it's called the Warped Tour edit. Like look it up after. It's like OG Loco Warped Tour edit, and just basically right before like the breakdown happens, like it's Waka Flocka Hard in the Paint sample, and then it just goes into the drop. It's so sick. So and they would play that live only, and then like it was just it was sick, dude. And then I saw them on like every tour they've done, pretty much. Like fucking like the Suicide Season tour. Saw them on this There's a Hell tour, the Sepaternal tour. I even saw them on That's the Spirit tour. And I really want to see them next time they come into town. But I don't know, for a second they were dropping records and I was just like, oh, boys, I don't know about this. You know what I mean? Like they fucking were doing the Ed Sheeran collab and I was like, boys, come on. Like, but yeah, like,
we all got to make that money though.
Yeah, exactly. And they're killing
deep
it.
Down inside, I hope later on in life I live in a comfortable place and I write jingles for me for commercials.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like that's where I want to be at.
Yeah,
I want
dude,
to
I
be
feel
like,
like
why
there's
does
a
Transformer 45 sound amazing while Conscious Pilot helped it the sound? Like,
Transformers 45. Yeah, man, like fucking, I don't know, like I like I work in like audio right now. Like I do a
sick,
couple things.
sick.
Um and I'm starting to be honest with you, like not love it anymore. And I kind of just realized that like I only want to do music, like my music, and like because like I
You want to do
do
what makes you happy, so it's not work.
exactly right.
So your passion and your work
Yeah.
doesn't like cross
Yeah,
pollinate
exactly.
you.
It's kind of cross-pollinated, you know what I mean? To a
Yeah,
point, like a fucking I work like a shit ton. Like fucking I do a lot of ghost production too, and I've started to fucking hate it. Like,
it's the ethic. It's the ethic too. I
yeah.
find I've
Like
I've
there's
done it. I've done it once before,
yeah,
and I feel like it's the ethic. I've only done it
yeah,
once. I understand. I will never judge someone for ever doing it or
yeah,
them, right? Like I don't know why someone would, but
yeah.
that's what you
Like
got
I
to do.
get it. I get it. Like
Every
it's
single
like,
major pop song who produced that, you don't know,
yeah.
it's Ghost produced it.
No, yeah, like
And that
exactly.
producer maybe even got Ghost produced,
Yeah,
right?
100%. Right. I feel like that's what people don't like really realize too. But like, you know, like I do it like fucking like a couple songs a month probably. And like it's good, like it's good money. But like I'm just starting to like fucking be like, oh, like it's kind of like draining, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, that's the only way I can explain it, which is like, you know, like you've like, I want to make music my job so bad, but then you realize like, oh no, I don't want to make music my job. Like I want to run a music brand and do my own shit. Like that's what like
Yeah,
the realization is, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool though.
So we only got a little bit of time left before I gotta fly out. But
Sweet.
do you wanna play the final game before you head?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
All right, and here's
Let's
the
do
end
it.
point of the segment, guys. Instead of kill Mary, hump. Who would you back to back? Who would you collab with, and who would you steal a song from and be that guy?
Okay, back to back.
Would you like help, or do you want to do this? Do you want to talk about it before you say or after?
What do you mean? Like say all of them, or like go through one by one, or say all of them and
Yeah.
then we go back? I'll do it one at a time.
All
Okay, so
right.
back to back, probably. Fuck, this is so tough.
All right.
Probably this, probably this dude called Blank. You know Blank?
Yo, I know Blank. Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be a sick back to back.
he's so dope. He's like probably my favorite producer. Um, write a
Common
song
common answer is Skrillex to learn
for a collab.
for back to back.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I'd probably go with Blank. Fucking
Nope,
love
that's
that dude.
sick because
I
he would play
see,
a
I see,
dirty set.
dude, it would be sick. Fucking, I
It would
seen him
be.
at Ever
Yeah.
After like the year before, like
Yeah,
before COVID,
yo, I saw him
dude.
there.
And like that was when he was still kind of small, like Mixed Signals had just came out and he was just on the like his blow up. And now he's huge now. And
Huge.
I'm
Yeah.
like almost proud, you know what I mean? Like one of those moments. But anyways,
Bro, he's like one of
um,
those guys that rose from mid tempo to
yeah,
yeah.
dude, he's a last thing I'll say about that part is that I think he's probably one of the most versatile, well-rounded, talented producers in the game. You know what I mean? Just like he fucking kills everything, in my opinion, at least.
I haven't heard a track that like I didn't like, but like there's tracks like he writes, but I know
Yeah,
he's writing to do his thing, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna judge him,
yeah,
but like
dude, I
I
love
like
Blank. Even a
I'll
couple
love
records he
people's
dropped.
music, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily have to like their song.
Yeah,
They might
yeah,
have an opinion about it, but
yeah.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
gonna judge them. I like the song, but would I play it in a set? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? There's two different
Yeah,
opinions.
for
But
sure.
I never judge a person for that type of thing,
Yeah,
right? Like
like and
he's killing it though.
he's killing it. And like honestly, dude, he's my probably one of my favorite producers. But like a couple records he's dropped, I'm just not really my thing. But like whatever, he's like honestly like would love to. I will meet him one day. Manifest
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah, there you go.
Collab,
You got
collab. I feel like I gotta pull out my phone. Oh, dude, I'd collab this dude called Amanu. I love Amanu.
bro, that is you're
He's
pulling out
sick.
some sick ones. Yes,
He's
yes, for
sick, dude.
sure.
I love
I
his
feel like
shit.
you guys would do a weird like liquid drum and bass, like weird resi drum and bass track.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. Like I just
Like
love his like fucking grain sampled like vocals and shit. Like fucking love that.
yeah, I know
Oh,
you.
dude,
All
that's
right.
it. And a song I wish I wrote.
No, no, no,
Um,
no, no, no. Before you take this last chance, the genie's gonna warn you about the magic. Do you wanna do you want to never have to work again and own like one of the most famous songs in history and have royalties pay you for the rest of your life? Or do you
okay.
want to have street cred being like, I wrote that track.
Okay. Does everyone know I wrote the famous song? Like, am I known for that?
No, it's like it for
Like, I'm
me
like
when I
behind the
say it, it's
scenes on
just
it.
like it's like I can live wherever because I'm constantly getting royalty checks because it's like a
Yeah.
very popular, like,
No,
you know what
but
I mean?
no, I know what you're saying. So let's just say, for example, like I say, I wrote fucking, I don't know, California Girls by
Yes,
Katy
this is
Perry. Do
yes.
people know that I wrote it? Is that what I'm big for? Or am I
I've
unknown?
never thought about that yet.
Because if I'm unknown, if I'm behind the scenes and I have a huge like percentage in that, I'm taking that. Like I'll fucking take like whatever, like probably some
Yeah,
Adele song. Like I'll take a percentage of like some
exactly.
Adele song and then I'll
Or
fuck off and
happy
I'll just
birthday, or commonly like look up the
yeah.
top most common ones, right?
Yeah. If like I wasn't gonna be known for it, like I'm taking whatever's fucking popular and like I'm taking the money and fucking off and just playing on my synth all day for the rest of my life.
See what I mean? See what I mean? That's the smartest decision. You're the only one
Yeah.
that's gone that way.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah. Street creds though is like the other way. I would go down burning with no money. And just
Yeah.
be happy, be like,
Yeah. At the
but
like I don't know, like
but
that's a tough one because it's just like
then you can literally do anything for the rest of your life,
yeah,
and
like
then
you can
nothing's wrong.
drop dope shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I'd probably, I don't even know if it's like a sellout thing, bro. It's just like freedom at that point. And then you can do,
I told
yeah.
Diana if I ever became a billionaire, do you know what I would do?
What?
I would go ask gigs to play.
You would go what?
Ask gigs to play, like ask like
Yeah, yeah,
clubs. I'd go
yeah,
ask them to play.
yeah. I feel that, dude. At that
Like,
point, I'd just fucking open up my own venue.
I wouldn't even be worried about doing that. I would just be like, can I play here? Sure.
Yeah,
Am I getting paid? Sure. Can I have a drink there? Sure. I don't
yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah. I get what you're
If
saying.
you're a
You'd be
billionaire,
indifferent. You'd be indifferent.
you're not gonna burn through all your money if you just want to DJ and play shows. Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
cost money and stuff, but figure it out. If I have
yeah,
endless
man.
supply of money one day, yeah, I'll just like show up and be like, can I play here?
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah,
Alrighty.
that's sick.
Where can everyone else follow you and find you at?
So on all socials, it's produced by GRIIMM, 2 I's, 2 M's. And then on Spotify, it's just GRIIMM, two like all caps, GRIIMM. So the way I say it, and like I get comment, people are usually like, "Is it grime?" And like I get that, but like yeah, it's GRIIMM. 2 I's, 2 M's. That's how I say.
You got
That's
any
how
shows or any releases coming up?
I'll have releases every month for the rest of the year.
All right.
I think I might have a show in September. I'm waiting on confirmation. It'll be like my first real show. Or not September, sorry, November. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Thank
This
you
is the
so much for
Pilot
having me on, man.
Podcast. Bro, I'm happy
Dope
to
time.
have you. I'm glad we got to chat and stuff.
Fuck yeah,
It's
this is
Pilot
sick.
Podcast. It was nice to meet you. Peace.
Later, buddy.